Hey guys, Thrasher here. Today we're doing some PvP with this guy, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Before we do, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't yet, and let's get into it. Okay, so I did pull this Gohan. I did say at the end of the video where I pulled this Gohan that I would do a 398% showcase with him. I'm going to show you the team we're going to run. I thought about doing a pretty standard full hybrid Saiyan team. I thought about possibly doing the IT Goku with this Gohan team, but I actually want a team where he sort of stands alone, and then another character that some people may not understand is very good. Actually, two characters that are very good now. So let's go to menu, and we'll go to characters. This is the team we're going to run right here. So as you can see, this is a mainly hybrid Saiyan team, but we also have Master Roshi and Turles. The Turles is just there to buff the Gohan, and he will buff the Master Roshi as well. But the team we're actually going to run is this Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, the Sparking Pan, and the Master Roshi. The Master Roshi gets a monster buff when he is on the team with Pan, and then as you can see, we have multiple hybrid Saiyans that are going to buff Pan and Gohan. So there's actually a lot of synergy here. Here's the key. I'm going to lead with the Gohan because we want to close with the Gohan, and we don't want him getting Rising Rushed in the middle because we need to close with him. So we can do a lot of damage right up front, and then we'll switch into the Pan and the Roshi, switch between those two as needed. Pan should be able to do a lot of damage for us. We should be able to combo extremely far using sidestep techniques. And if a Rising Rush does show up, we will probably throw Master Roshi in front of it, sacrifice him, continue going. But one thing we'll see here is Master Roshi is going to give us a lot of blast damage, and all of these strike attacks will be going to Gohan and Pan. One last thing to note here is they have a lot of arts card synergy, being that Gohan and Master Roshi give 4 strike arts cards, and then Pan gives 1 blast and 1 strike. So we're going to have 8 strike cards and 4 blast cards, which means that the large majority will be strike, which is what we want on this team. One thing you'll also notice is I put equipment on all of them, even though we're only going to run Gohan, Pan, and Roshi, and that's just to sort of throw the opponent off. They can see here that there's lots of hybrid Saiyans, make them think that there's a chance that I'm not going to go purple, purple, blue. So let's go ahead and look at the equipment real quick, and you guys can just see what I'm running. We'll just leave this up just for a second so you can see what each unit has on them. Generally, the way we're doing this is we are heavily prioritizing Ki Restore because these are characters that can combo extremely far out, especially the Pan and the Master Roshi, because Pan automatically has high Ki Restore, Master Roshi has high Ki Restore because Pan's going to be on the team. So let's go over to menu, and we'll go to PvP, and let's go ahead and start it up. So as you can see, I was only in the high to mid 30s there. That's because the last 2 seasons I haven't really been able to PvP at all. Dropped down to 40 I think 2 seasons ago. This season dropped down to 35. Been able to do I think just enough matches to get my my missions done. Okay, so this guy here, probably not bringing the Frieza because he didn't even throw equipment on it. I would assume the Bardock, the Gohan, and then it's kind of a toss-up. I don't know if he's going to bring the Vegeta because he might be a little scared of the Pan. We're going to lead with the Gohan no matter what, and then obviously Pan and Roshi. I'm willing to sacrifice the Roshi to a Rising Rush if needed because we don't really have a quality save for it. So that's one thing we need to keep in mind is as he's coming at me with his Rising Rush or his Rising Rush is available, we need to make sure either Roshi is out or he's ready to be switched in at any point. So that way we don't lose. We absolutely cannot lose Gohan to a Rising Rush, and we'd prefer not to lose Pan to the Rising Rush. So let's see what happens here. Okay, so we do that. We do that. Okay, good. Oh, you laggy. You are laggy. Alright, whatever. Well, that's unfortunate, but alright, alright, alright. Ooh. Let's go ahead and jump on in here. Didn't mean to do that, but alright. Fat fingered it real good. Okay, well. I'm gonna take the L on that Rising Rush for sure. No biggie. This is what happens, Larry. This is why you should never stop PvPing, kids. It's fine, we'll be alright. And we hit him with the special. Throw the green out there just to use it. I believe we've got our... Yep. We'll go ahead and just chew you up. You should be gone. Well, that's a little bit unfortunate. He's probably going to choose Strike. Nope, he didn't. Alright, so put him in the ground. And... come on. I'm pretty much ready to just lose the Roshi at this point. Ooh, good call. So, as you notice there, if you didn't know, one of the things you can do is when someone vanishing steps you, a lot of the time there's a good chance they're going to try to vanishing step back immediately after, or when you vanishing step them. So rather than just immediately attacking, if you wait about half a second, I would say is about the cadence on it, half a second to a second, you'll get it as you play. They won't be able to vanishing step you, because they will be in the sideways swipe motion. I should have used my, oh well, no biggie. Might have a bit of a problem here if he gets his Rising Rush before. Nope, we're good. So then we switch, make him use it, key cancel him, and put him to sleep. Cool. I was way rusty there, way out of practice, and the only reason I won is because this is in the high to mid 30s. If this were in the high to mid 40s or actual 50 rank PvP, I definitely would have lost that. So let's go ahead and try this again. So far what I'm seeing is the Gohan is a monster. Pan is exceptionally better since she's buffing Roshi, and it seems like Roshi can do some damage, but I haven't really got a chance to sit there and wail on anyone with him yet. But this seems like an actually pretty powerful team. This is actually, from the couple matches I did with my instant transmission Goku team, this is actually pretty comparable. I wouldn't say this is a top tier team from what I'm seeing so far, but this can definitely compete. Yeah, see, so here's the issue we're running into playing against people in the 30s, is a lot of these guys don't have fully developed teams. Now, we're going to play 3 1500s that are fully equipped out, but he doesn't have a full team of 6 that makes me wonder what he's going to be bringing. I know exactly what's coming every single time. So, long story short, this team is pretty good so far. The Gohan is an absolute monster. And boom. I don't know why it does that. Either way, we're gonna go ahead and combo him all the way down. And you gone. Switching to Gohan. We actually might get Rising Rushed here, which would be unfortunate, but we've got a reasonable lead. The only thing we really need to worry about is I don't think he used a green card, so let's see if he's that kind of player. He is. So one thing you'll notice here is I'm guessing a lot of Rising Rushes. That's just because as I'm playing, I am keeping track. I am keeping track of what cards they're using, what cards they haven't used, generally how the character works to maximize their damage. So cards they're probably going to choose versus cards they're probably not going to choose. That doesn't guarantee that I'm going to get the Rising Rush every single time, but what it does do... Oh, did he just give up? Well... You still have Gohan. I don't know why you're giving up. But either way, what that does do is increase my chances of guessing their Rising Rush by a lot. So I actually should have chose the left strike card there, and that's just because it would have increased the damage of my other cards. But yeah, I assumed he was probably going to guess either the green or the blue, so I figured the strike. Yeah, so back to what I was saying before, you really just have to pay attention to the cards your opponent is using as opposed to the cards that are going to give them the most damage in the Rising Rush. They're either going to use a card that's going to make sure that they do the most amount of damage before the final calculation of the Rising Rush, or they're going to use a card that they have been holding on to the whole time and they're just trying to get rid of. So that green card, for example, is fairly common, especially in the mid-30s ranks. And that sort of Rising Rush character card selection meta changes as you go from the 30s up to the 40s all the way up to 50. In 50, it's completely different. So at this point, that's pretty much how the team works. I guess we'll do one more match real quick. I would like to play someone who's really going to give us a challenge here, and start honing my skills again. Because as you can see, I'm pretty rusty. Nope. If he brings the Piccolo, that is just an absolute loss. See, here's the problem: is the people in the 30s are not sure how to build teams properly. So he's got the Gohan, the Trunks, and the other. Well, he's got the 3 Gohans and the Trunks that work well together. Then he's got the Heart Virus Goku, who really isn't getting heavily buffed by a lot of the other things that are going on. And then the Piccolo doesn't make sense at all. There's no reason to have Piccolo there. He is not a great tank anymore, just because there are a lot of purple units that can absolutely blow him up. Like if you bring Piccolo in to try and stop the Rising Rush, and I'm doing Rising Rush with Gohan, possibly even Roshi, the Piccolo is just going to fall apart. He's going to get deleted, even though he has that cover change ability. So that's something to keep in mind here. This team, is he gonna load? Well, regardless, this team is built to absolutely destroy a Piccolo if it runs up against one. It's not meant to run up against a Piccolo because he's not really meta anymore. You don't see him very often. Maybe this guy's not gonna load. Well, that's unfortunate. Chimonli. Did I just get... Did I hit 38 on the last one, or did I get that for the... Okay, let's try this one last time. We'll either get an opponent, it'll work out, we'll play it out, or that'll be the end of the video. So, one of the things that I would like to do here is really show Gohan's closing ability, which we haven't been able to do yet because we haven't had a reasonably close match or a match where I've been way behind. And this might be it right here. So we've got the Bardock and the Instant Transmission Goku that we're almost guaranteed we're going to see, although they do see the 2 purples here, so they may run it a little bit differently. Let's see what happens. So the key here is I want to, if I can get my Rising Rush off, I want to use it when either IT Goku is out or he's on cooldown so he can't cover rescue anyone. If I can get the Rising Rush off and he doesn't cover rescue the Rising Rush, this should be a very easy fight. So, okay. See, I'm not sure why it didn't let me key cancel there. That was a little weird, but that's fine. You know what? We're just gonna switch because he's taking. What is with? Okay. I don't know why we're getting all this latency here. It won't switch the character. So there we go. And let's see if we can get a bit of a combo going here. Timed that poorly, but that's alright. Okay, so I assume I'm going to see a Rising Rush here, maybe? Maybe not. I'm not sure why you would do that. You're going to take a ton of damage. Okay, so the only thing we're really worried about at this point is the Gohan. Our Pan is still at almost full health. She'll run through the Trunks no problem. The Broly is not really scary anymore. But I don't think people understand. Yeah, we're just going to kill him. Sorry guys, my phone is starting to run a little hot for some reason. And so if this is getting a little choppy, that's because the phone is running a little hot. Wow, you got me on that one. But the key here is once we get rid of this Gohan, which should be a non-issue, we'll just punch him. And then, okay, use that. good. Continue the combo. Okay, Trunks is going to be real close to dead here. Very good, he is dead. Switch to Pan. This is messing with the timings a little bit. The fact that this is getting so choppy. That's okay. We've got this in the bag at this point, so it doesn't really matter. Ew. I could use the Rising Rush, but don't really need it. Well, it was a little unfortunate that we couldn't get some reasonable competition. So what we're gonna do is I will grind up into the 40s, and we'll try to do another showcase with this team once I'm closer to 50, where people are really they understand team building a little bit better, and at that point I should be a little more crisp with my actual sidestepping and my combos and understanding my timings again. And I'll try to make sure that my phone doesn't overheat like it was there. Sorry that I got a little choppy during that last fight. But overall, this team is really awesome. As you saw, they can pump out a ton of damage. The Pan alone can just absolutely decimate a Broly, which, if you remember a month and a half ago, Broly was absolutely the top tier unit. Maybe 2 months ago, Broly was the top tier unit. You wouldn't even think about taking a Pan against a Broly in any normal fight. But it's gotten to a point now where with this team, if it's my Pan up against a Broly, I'm not worried at all. She's going to absolutely roll through him, no problem. But the key here is you really want to look at team builds that make sense outside of just Z abilities. So obviously I could run a full hybrid team, and we have more hybrid characters coming in. But you know, think about how can you use characters in ways outside of their Z abilities. There's other synergies. So if we actually go look at this team real quick, you know, you can build teams and synergies around main abilities and other abilities. So let's go look at Roshi here. The reason that this works so well, obviously the Gohan stands on his own, the Pan can work with the Gohan, but now you have another unit that is not a hybrid unit that works extremely well because of a unique ability. So that's another way to look at team building. Plus, he just pumps out a ton of damage when you get a lot of blast cards going. And that's really all there is to this video. If you guys have any comments, throw them down below and let's talk about it. If you guys like this content, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.